Here's the stage. It's September, the newest iPhone has just been released, the YouTube reviews start pouring in. Your favorite influencers are posting pictures holding the newest phone. Your friends, your family, everyone is upgrading to the latest iPhone. You feel the pressure, the excitement. You go to your carrier, you ask how much for the new iPhone 12 Pro Max. They say only $45 a month and all you have to do is pay taxes today. They give you the phone, you get a quick hit of dopamine, serotonin, and your endorphins are going crazy. You peel off that factory screen protector, and you just cost yourself another $1,200. So why do we upgrade even though we know we don't need to? This is known as comparison neglect. Basically the idea that even though you know your phone or your object is more than good enough, you're still choosing to go with the upgrade because you see the additional features as something that is a necessity to you. The researchers from University of Florida conducted a series of 5 studies of more than 1,000 smartphone users ages 18 to 78. When consumers were asked to select the status quo or an upgraded smartphone or app, even when they were supplied with a list of features of both products, the majority chose the upgrade. The idea of upgrading is really fun, seeing what new features Apple can stuff into their phone this year, the reasons why you have to upgrade, why your friends had to upgrade, and why you feel the need to get another $1,200 onto a debt balance that you probably couldn't even afford in the first place. This is how Apple as a company has maintained its status as the most valuable company in the world because they make more than half their revenue in profits from selling iPhones. And we all know that they're not selling these iPhones and people are purchasing them with cash. They're buying them on a month-to-month basis and paying over the course of 24 months.
The tech giant is facing multiple lawsuits after it admitted that it slows down older models.
Apple was slowing down their phones on purpose.
Apologizing after admitting a software update deliberately slowed some older iPhones.
Whether we are deliberately being sold phones that have to be upgraded or we are choosing the upgrade, the price still remains the same. Only $45 for the next 24 months with $0 due today other than taxes. I find it funny that in general there is a complete lack of faith from people who buy their iPhones from Apple. The idea of planned obsolescence is on the forefront of everyone's mind, and yet we still constantly are upgrading our phones. Apple has a program that literally locks you into paying for their phone month over month over month perpetually, the iPhone upgrade program. The idea is basically you get the latest and greatest phone so long as you keep making monthly payments. So every single year, the newest phone will come out and you can choose to upgrade. All you have to do is turn in your old phone, which you've been paying on for the last 12 months and you were putting value into, I guess, and then you trade that phone in and you get the latest and greatest phone and you just accept a new payment. And that's all it is. They are constantly locking people into payments. It's not buying with cash. It's 100% paying perpetually. There is no end to the iPhone upgrade program because let me tell you something, Apple's going to release a phone this year and I'm not a gambling man, I think it's a little bit of a waste of money, but if I were to be a gambling man, I would bet that they release another phone in 2022. Hold me to that if I'm wrong, but that's just my guess. Yet we still think there's nothing sinister about the 0% interest financing options that they give us with these phones. It's still a product that you cannot purchase today with cash, but a product that you could receive today and then pay for over the next 24 months with cash. Henry David Thoreau said, "The cost of a thing is the amount of what I call life which is required to be exchanged for it, immediately or in the long run." I think this is a really important quote for people to remember as everything is being pushed towards payments. Obviously, you still have to buy a phone. You still have to pay the cash for the phone. But the idea of buying a phone month over month, just a 24, 48 bucks, 30 bucks, whatever it may be, is a lot easier for people to comprehend as opposed to spending $1,000 today, $1,200 today, because people need to be thinking of their money in terms of their time because you had to earn that money. That's just the way that it works. Money isn't inherently a bad thing. It can give you lots of great stuff. It really can. But you need to exchange your time, as in money, for something that has more value to you than what that time normally would have. Assuming you don't like your job, then you have to work a job you don't like. And how many hours do you have to work to pay off that phone? That's the equation we need to be asking ourselves. How much of your time is that new phone worth? How much of your time is that faster car worth? How much is your time worth? That's really the question that we need to ask. The reason I am so vehemently against people getting iPhones on a payment plan is because if you couldn't afford a $1,000 phone, what else are you putting on a payment plan? Is it a fridge? Is it windows? Is it a car? Is it a roof? What else are you not able to pay for, and yet you're still purchasing a brand new iPhone or brand new Samsung phone on a payment plan? What else is there that you can't buy? Getting a payment plan on a cheap product lends itself to getting yourself on payment plans for products that cost far more money than just $1,000. Basically anything that anybody will offer it on.
The average American consumer debt load in America right now is $34,055. $34,055. The problem is that what we have seen is that the debt is increasing as household income increases. And that goes back to the lifestyle creep.
The chances are that 66% of you are burdened by debt. Maybe if you watch this channel consistently, it's probably a slightly lower number because I talk about not having debt a lot on this channel. Maybe I've pushed some of you to not have any debt. But just knowing that 2 out of every 3 people watching this channel are burdened by more than $30,000 of consumer debt, meaning cars, a credit card, personal loans, those types of consumer debt, not student loans or a home loan, is kind of mind-boggling to me. $30,000 is so much money. I mean, the average household income in America, I think, is around $55,000. So after taxes, you're kind of almost in that $30,000 ballpark. It's obviously a little bit more for an entire year's salary, but you have to eat food, drink water, heat your home, cool your home, whatever it may be, or pay for your home in the first place. The number is kind of mind-boggling. And obviously a phone is such a small portion of that. Like $1,000 of 30,000 isn't a lot of money. But the problem is that these people had to start at zero. You don't come into life with debt. You choose debt. So if you're choosing the iPhone payments, what other debt are you choosing? This is just a calculation to show you basically how bad consumer debt is for you. If you were to buy a car today on a loan on the average payment in America, which is $568, and you were to invest that money over the next 40 years at just a 7% annual rate of return, $568 every single month, you would have $1.5 million at the end of it. And that's literally just the car. That has nothing to do with your company matching that. That has nothing to do with any additional money you could put forward. That's just a car payment. So if you're young and watching this channel and you aren't investing, just start investing now. Pay off your debts as fast as you can, but be putting some money towards some type of investment because compounding interest will be your best friend forever. At the end of that 5-year stretch, 60-month loan, which is the average car payment in America length of time, that car is going to be worth 60% less than the original purchase price. So you would have paid $34,000 for a car that's currently worth about $15,000 on the high end. So don't shoot yourself in the foot. Purchase things with cash. Purchase things with cash that are used or a little bit cheaper with cash, so that way you aren't another statistic. That way you aren't part of the 2/3, because there's still a lot of people out there that are living comfortably with their money, and they're trading their time and their money for things that actually have value to them, and not just putting everything on a credit card and buying an expensive car, taking out personal loans because they just weren't prepared. Finally, the question I would ask is, what else can't you afford if you have to put your iPhone on a payment plan? Peace out.